And so I want to cover this video. If you really want what you say you really want, which is, I want to create this t-shirt business. I want to create this whatever business, right? If you really want it, if you're working a 9 to 5, you will create the time for it. You will create the time for it. You won't be saying, man, I'm exhausted. After work, I'm done. No, you would say, okay, I'm tired, but I'm about to find a way to create 2 to 3 hours to make this happen. And you will make it a consistent schedule, a consistent effort, and you will see results. Man, my 9 to 5 has me traveling all over Michigan, bro. I like literally some days I don't even understand how I do what I do, but it happens, right? But I still find a way to squeeze in some time to do some real estate, squeeze in some time to do some marketing. And you know what? I may only have 2 or 3 hours, but during those 2 to 3 hours, I am the most effective because I know I only have that time. If I knew I had 10 hours to do this one task, I might take 8 hours to do it. So it's intentional time. Let me end this off, right? Because I love this topic because a lot of people don't like that opinion of you're not an entrepreneur. You're not ready to be an entrepreneur and you need to work a job, right? A lot of people don't like that message, but the truth is the truth, right? Let me end this off by saying this. Let me go full screen. Some of you, majority of you, in the J. Jones percentage, right? Not anything I researched. 85% of you that want to be full-time entrepreneurs need a job.
Audio Jungle.
You need a job. All right? And you need to create your business as you're doing, but you need some extra additional income. Let me tell you something else that a lot of people are forgetting. Benefits, right? So when DeAndre, he mentioned a paycheck is slavery, what also we are not remembering that here is you also get benefits from most of these jobs, right? If you pay for insurance by yourself, you understand that it is a costly expense every single month. So let me break this down and conclude off of this. The reason why I don't believe that a paycheck is slavery, based upon your perception or your perspective of it, is not only do you get benefits from that could take care of your family in case of an emergency, because medical bills wipe people's credit out and money because it is expensive. You could also invest into your 401k off of that paycheck. As soon as you get it right out of the taxes, right? Before taxes, I believe. All right? Amongst, if you got an employee stock purchase program, like I mentioned, some people get stocks in the company at a discount. You can invest into your own IRA. Okay? You get so many discounts and perks that you may need, and you get paid every 2 weeks from your employer. Benefits is something that people don't put in their cost when it comes to being an entrepreneur, and that is costly. Going to the hospital is not cheap. When you have kids, it's also not cheap. So there are people that I personally know, and I remember my brother even told me about a woman who owned real estate. She seemed to be living a good life. And the reason why she worked that 9 to 5 at that bank was for the benefits so that her husband and her children could have them. So with that being said, there's a strategy to having a 9 to 5, right? There's somebody on YouTube, Anton Daniels, don't know the man personally, right? I just follow what he says. He makes a lot of money on YouTube. He's got receipts for that. He's got his own businesses in real estate. And he's decided to go and get a job, right? A corporate job, which I believe he's somewhere an exec or something, right? Maybe not an exec, I'm sorry. He's got a corporate job. And people on YouTube were scrutinizing this man. Like, why would you do this? Blah, 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 blah. And he made a video, and he mentions it on why. There's a strategy on why he does what he does. And he mentions the benefits. He mentions the 401k. He mentions how he can make more money just extra money off of that. So bringing that back, it's a perspective thing. And some of y'all need to change your perspective on how you look at your job and start saying, this is a business partner. Let me create my business on the side and let me take this money and put it to work. If you do this for the next 10 to 15 years, here's the way, here's where I lose a lot of y'all. If you do this for the next 10 to 15 years consistently, every single month, imagine how far you could get. Instead of quitting your job because you made your first big paycheck and you believe that you're going to do this over and over again. Not everybody's built for that. Not everybody can do that. My last thing on this is I remember making a big lump sum of money on one of my flips. And I mean a lump sum of money that I've never made on my 9-to-5. And I was like, oh boy. The thought came through my head of, leave my job? I could do this again. I sat down, I did the math. I said, let's just wait this out a little bit. I'm glad I didn't, because when you start investing money starts to get a little bit smaller. But as long as you put them in the right investment, your money comes back. So I didn't have that money anymore because I went to invest it. And now I'm saying to myself today, I'm thankful I didn't leave my job, because there's a lot of free money on the table, guys. 85% of y'all, I believe, need to have a job and create your business. All right. That's all I got to say on that topic. I get a little passionate about that because I get a lot of people that I hear that want to be entrepreneurs. And you know, when I mention to them about the 9-to-5, like some people give me like pushback, like, nah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for the balloons that has been given here. You know, I get people and I hear people's responses, right? I listen a lot, right? I listen a lot to what people say and things like that. And I like to ask questions on like why people think the way they think, right? And I don't really believe that most people are really ready to be entrepreneurs. Like, do I believe that I could be a full-time entrepreneur? Absolutely. I believe I could. I have the mindset. You don't have to force me to get up in the morning. You don't have to force me to go to work. Like, I literally will zone out and do what I got to do. And I will lose track of time based upon the task that I'm doing. And I would do it every single day. And I don't care how hot it is outside. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what events are going on. Like, I will literally do my thing. All right. But I have a strategy to what I'm doing. And I think a lot of people believe that they could just quit their job and they're going to make a lot of money. And it's just not, it's not the case, man. Like, this is chess, not checkers. All right. Like, this is chess. So pick up your free money from your job. I sound like an infomercial. Pick up your free money. All right. JG Wentworth, pick up your free money from your job. Learn how to use your job. Change your perspective on how you look at going into work and how you're going to use them so that you can benefit down the road. Because at the end of the day, your job is just like a business partner, right? Because at the end of the day, they don't give a dang about what you do with your money. They give you it. You could go and trick it off all day long. They don't care. And guess what? You got to come right back and perform that job. They don't care. So if they don't care, do the right stuff with the bread that they give you. And then also remember, if they decide to pivot, you want to make sure that you've sucked them of everything that they have given you so that you can say, man, I took advantage of them. I was the one that came out on top. All right. That's that, man. Because a lot of people don't want to hear, like, you need a job. Like, no, bro. Like, there was a realtor that I knew. I'm going to leave the gender and everything out of it. There's a realtor that I knew. And that person was struggling really, really bad. They didn't close an entire deal for like a year. And they were asking me if they should consider having a job. And after that person told me, and I asked them questions kind of to what David was saying, like, well, you know, are you close to getting a deal? Blah, blah, blah. How is it going? And that person just kept saying they were struggling really, really bad. And I told him, or that person, I said, you need to get a job. and do this on the side. Because if you haven't been able to do anything in a year, then you can get a job and still make money to do real estate and be a realtor. So, I don't know what that person ended up doing, but like I straight up told him, like, go get a job, person. Like straight up, like I promise you. And I was like, there's no need for you to struggle and then go live with your mom. And I think that person was like in their mid-30s. Like, no, bro, like go get a job, figure it out, do real estate on the side. Like, for real. All right, man, let's get to this next topic, right? Because I know y'all probably like, all right, man, we done, bro. All right.